Rahulji, it was encouraging to hear your comments on business and the larger environment. In your remarks, you talked about the importance of human capital. And I'd like to ask you that while education is certainly a key necessity, how do we distinguish between education and employability, skills development? So we are educating people, but we have a whole lot of people who are educated or sort of what we say graduates but not fully employed. So could you amplify on this thing, because you talked a lot about creating jobs, and particularly in manufacturing and other areas where we find on the one hand we have this oxymoron, we have people, on the other hand we can't find the right people. Thank you.
Well, I said in my speech, I sort of implied in my speech, that we view education and industry in two separate silos. If you look at a modern university or you look at a modern education system, it's essentially a network. It's a network that connects industry, connects government, connects NGOs, connects students, connects finance within the university. If you look at most of our universities, and some of our universities are very, very good, and our IITs and other institutions are exceptional, but they don't have the level of networking that modern knowledge systems require. So the first thing is, start bringing in industry, start bringing in government, start bringing in these ideas into these knowledge spaces. Today, what role does industry have in the education system? What role does industry have in our higher education system? There's a disconnect. Would you agree with that?
Not entirely, but yes.
But there's a disconnect. So I would say bring those things together. That's at the university level. The single biggest problem as far as education is concerned is access. Just increase the access to education. We can do that with technology. Modern technology is a huge, very powerful tool to do that. I think what we need to do, frankly, is in the 80s, we took the telecom center, the telecom structure, and we blew it up. We just created massive access. We need to think in those terms. Today, we have a very, very concentrated higher education system. We have tremendous value in the IITs and the IIMs. But frankly, this value is not being utilized. It's locked in these institutions. So we need to unlock that. In terms of primary education, we've done a lot. Enrollment has gone up. But there's a lot that needs to be done in terms of teachers, in terms of the quality of the teachers, the quality of the connect between teachers and students. But broadly speaking, we have to completely reinvent the way we think about education. We're not going to be able to do this by using the same old tools, the same old systems. And a lot of it has to do with opening up access, with bringing in people into these systems, bringing in ideas from business into the system, asking you what should happen in our education system. Those are the type of things.
In fact, we do have many of our members who are supporting through CSR activities, education institutions, and some that are looking to reinvent it as well. And this is a direction which, as you rightly point out, industry would absolutely like to see an opening up in.